If you're watching this video, that means you probably have a backlog that's been nagging at you for some time now. And I know that feeling all too well. But before I really get into the video, I want to talk a little bit about myself, my mental health, and the start of my desire to finish my backlog in the first place. Disclaimer: I am not a mental health professional. I am simply speaking about my own personal experiences. So with that out of the way, let's start. Hello, my name is Ash, and I have severe treatment-resistant depression. What does this mean? For most people, they can find relief after a couple of attempts with antidepressants and some sort of talk therapy. For me, I've tried over 50 mental health medications with hardly any results to show. Now, I'm not saying all of this to make this into a sob story. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I've seen a lot of backlog videos out there, but not many that bring mental health into the picture. And being no stranger to that area, I figured it would be a good idea not only to talk about my experience, but hopefully represent those out there that might struggle with their own mental health issues. I think it was sometime in 2023 when I really started thinking about the idea of attempting to finish my backlog. But I was pretty overwhelmed with the idea of it, so I set those thoughts aside for a while. It wasn't until 2024 that I decided it was time to dive in head first and start chipping away at each game. But before I could even start, this meant I had to find a way to deal with probably the biggest part of my mental health struggles, and that is something called anhedonia. And what is that, you ask? Anhedonia is the inability to feel enjoyment or pleasure. For me, this presents itself in a way that affects my hobbies. I struggle to motivate myself to participate with my hobbies, be it gaming or writing. And even when I do, most of the time I feel little to no enjoyment from them. Some days it takes all of my strength just to get out of bed, so where do I even start by trying to play the hundreds of games in my backlog? At first I decided I would start from the top of the list and work my way down. And for a minute, things were okay. But then I quickly started to feel unhappy with the progress I was making. And I felt like I was back at square one. Without a plan, I was simply setting myself up for failure. So I took a step back and started to rethink my approach. I thought about my handy mental health toolkit, which I've developed over the years in therapy. How can I take some of the ideas that have helped me in my personal life and use them to help me here? Well, I can 100% say it was a lot of trial and error. I would try something, and if it helped, I would jot it down. And if it didn't, I would toss that out the window. So finally, we're at the part of the video where I can show you my list of the 10 tips to help you finish your backlog. So let's go through them one by one. Tip number 1. Start by playing for 5 minutes. This is by far the most important tip. On days where I can't manage much, having the bar set very low gives me the opportunity to accomplish something. And most of the time, I always end up playing more than just the 5 minutes I've given myself. Tip 2. Set micro goals. This can be things like finish a side quest, finish a chapter, or grind for only 15 minutes today. This kind of coincides with the first tip. We are setting the bar low and making gameplay attainable. Tip number 3. Drop games after 3 to 5 hours. I'm sure we've all had the feeling that we were obligated to finish the games we have. We paid for them, or maybe they were a gift from someone. So the obligation feeling takes over and it can be hard to separate ourselves from it. The reality is that we won't enjoy every game we play. I've seen a lot of people fall into the idea that they need to finish a game for so-and-so reason. But the biggest I've seen is people suffering through a game they don't enjoy because it's a popular game. Just because it's popular doesn't mean you will enjoy it, and it's 1000% okay to not enjoy it too. This is something I experienced multiple times while going through my backlog. And the easiest game I can name off the top of my head is Expedition 33. I know the game is beloved, and I can appreciate it for what it is, but it's just not a game for me. Tip 4. Play only 2 games at once. Simple and straightforward. Don't overwhelm yourself by playing too many things at once. Tip 5. Gold stars for completed sessions. This was probably the most helpful thing I did to get me motivated to keep playing. After every session, be it 5 minutes or even 6 hours, I would give myself a gold star sticker and put it in my journal. Not only was this a great motivator because, face it, who doesn't want a gold star? But also because after time, it showed me how much progress I was making. And it's a little funny looking at them now. Some short games took me upwards of 15 sessions, whereas some very long games I binged in just a few sessions. But in the end, I always wanted that gold sticker. And you can find a pack of these gold star stickers on Amazon. You can get like 1,000 stickers for super cheap. Tip number 6. Let vibes choose the game. I used a wheel spinner to pick my next game for a lot of my backlog journey, but sometimes I would suffer while playing one game, not because it was boring, but because I wasn't in the mood for that particular genre or style. Maybe I was playing a cozy game, but I really just wanted a solid FPS game. Or maybe I was playing a JRPG, but I really wanted an exploration-heavy game. Let the vibes choose your game sometimes. Tip number 7. Break games into arcs. This is similar to tip 2. We take apart a big game and make it manageable. This can be in ways like doing Story Arc 1, exploring Region 1, doing quests 1 through 10, or fighting that one boss you've been stuck on. After tackling a chunk, take a break and figure out what chunk you want to go for next. Tip number 8. Avoid full map clearing and doing all side quests. I'm sure this one screams at some of you like it screams at me. I can't tell you how many times I would be absolutely loving a game, yet slowly burning myself out by exploring everything. It's okay to focus on the story first. Most games let you explore after finishing the main story anyways, so you're free to explore to your heart's content once the main story's over. This is an easy trap for me to fall into, and I'm looking at you, Ghost of Tsushima. Tip number 9. If you get bored, switch, but with rules. If you're liking a game but feeling bored and want to play something else, it's okay to switch, but with some rules. Set something like a bookmark or a stop at a clear checkpoint. Write a note about what you're doing in the game so when you come back you won't be totally lost. Only switch to one other game. Don't go over the 2-game limit. And come back within 1 week. That way gameplay is still fresh and you don't have to relearn everything all over again. There were way too many times where I left a game and started my playthrough over from the beginning just because I couldn't remember what I was doing or how to play the game. And lastly, we get to tip 10. Do I actually want to play this game, or do I feel like I should? It's important to recognize that you don't even want to play a game in the first place. For example, I've gotten multiple Humble Bundles because I was interested in a few games, but still claimed the other ones I wasn't interested in. Not only did that make my backlog bigger, but some of the games I knew I wouldn't enjoy, I tried to force myself to play. It's okay to let go of the idea that I should play this game. And that's it. Those are my 10 tips to help you get through your backlog. Like I said, it was a lot of trial and error for me, and I know might seem a little short of a video. I don't know. I feel really weird about making long videos. I know people don't have a lot of time to watch videos, so big part of me just wants to cut to the chase. Anyways, I hope these tips helped, and I hope if you're out there trying to do your backlog, I believe in you, and I hope you can achieve your dream of finishing your backlog. Now, as a parting gift, here's a nice compilation of a lot of the games I played, and I hope you enjoy.
"久しぶりすぎて緊張するかも。